I'm ecstatic with the team. I heard lots of things before I took over the national team position, but the attitude and the commitment and the professionalism of the players has been outstanding. I've had no issues with nothing disciplinary, no attitude problems. The players have been fantastic, trained really hard, 100% effort, 100% commitment. We've had lots of positive team meetings in here, talking tactics, talking about how we're going to play in the upcoming 2 matches. So I'm very impressed with all the players. The selection process was extremely difficult to try to get to our final 23 players. I know a lot of experienced players missed out, but it's very clear that we have talented players in Nepal. I said that in the press conference before I began, but now after 13 days working with them, I fully believe that we have so much talent in this country. What I've done now is I've chosen the best 23 at the moment, and we'll go over to Malaysia and Singapore and put on very strong, aggressive and positive performances, I'm sure. Part of the excitement is to get these games completed and then get out into the country, see what other talent we are not picking up at the moment. But you see a lot of raw talent that needs nurturing, it needs encouragement, it needs a solid platform, curriculum, competition, and these players will rise to the top very quickly. So I'm very positive towards the talent base we have, and there's young players there that we are very good in a 1v1 situation. Our players are very technically good. It's now building on their football intelligence, their football education. They know how to work in small groups, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, taking that up to 11v11. So there was a lot of great players that were in the first provisional squad, that just a little bit of football education in terms of what's required in international football was a little bit lacking. And I said to all of those players, with more time, with more preparation, they all have a good chance to come back in for SAF Championship. Of course there's pressure. International football is results, but at the moment I'm not feeling it. Maybe ask me again on Friday night and it will be a different story, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the team can do in a big stadium with a big crowd, with the pressure that brings. But for me personally, it's a dream come true to be here, to be leading a country, to be travelling overseas, playing in a major competition, and I'm excited because I know I have a team that is capable of achieving things. So pure excitement. I can't wait for Friday night. Of course, results are difficult to predict, but in terms of performance, I'm looking for a very strong, aggressive, positive performance that we, without giving too much away, we won't sit back and wait for Singapore or Malaysia to come and break us down. We will be on the front foot. We've worked a lot in the training camp about us holding the ball for longer, maintaining possession, being dangerous at the right times. And the players have responded really well. So I'm looking for us to not be stepping back and accepting that the other countries are higher ranked than us. I've been really impressed with the players' attitude towards playing positively and attacking with some real intent to score. So you'll see us being in the game. You'll see us trying to do our best to keep the ball, which we will. And the addition of our overseas-based players, Rohit and Lakan, gives us a real quality in the midfield, along with our other top quality midfielders here. So you'll see a strong performance. The result, football can go either way. We could play great and we lose 1-0. We could play terrible and win 2-0. So performance is the first thing I'm looking for. No, I'm focused on these 2 games, and that gives, for example, the Singapore game gives me a very good barometer for where we're at in terms of international football. To play a few friendly games here doesn't give you a true indication of where we are. So after Singapore and after Malaysia, we sit down and we make a new plan. Different opposition, Southeast Asia, a little bit different from South Asia. So like I said in my earlier press conference, I've got one eye on the next week, and this eye is on SAF and beyond and beyond. So for now, just these 2 games. We come back, we reassess. I'll make a good report for AMFA about what we've done in this training camp, and then we start to look at SAF. If you promise me that you won't send this out to Singapore and Malaysia, then I can give an honest answer. I'm not going to give too much away. I will play the team that I think can get a result against Singapore. There's a few players I'd like to look at in this kind of situation, international friendly. There's some players I know what they can do at that level. So it's a mix of both. We have the luxury of 6 substitutes, so I can experiment a little, but always about the result. 6 months, I see, again, we can talk about 6 months on a calendar, but for me it's about the days that I'm with the players. So 6 months and no training camps won't make any difference, but 6 months with good training, with opportunities to see the players around the country, to have a good intensive preparation with the players after the Super League, for example. Super League finishes at the end of April, I believe. If we can get a very good, solid preparation, there's a very strong possibility we can go and win SAF. And I say that with a lot of confidence. That's my own feedback from watching previous internationals from last year. Like Ananta Tamang, I know Kieran also been training, haven't been playing. So those kind of players are crucial to what we're trying to do. And we've had a very intensive 2 weeks here. We've done 20 sessions in 13 days. So I've put a lot of pressure on these guys, the experienced players that maybe haven't been playing enough club football. So we've really overloaded the tactical and football conditioning side of preparation. And of course, if I didn't believe they weren't up to standard, then they wouldn't have been selected. So I trust that those guys, they have the professionalism that they've stayed in good condition, and they've integrated and come up to speed very quickly. So no, it's all been, like I say, everything's been based on my opinion. I said before, social media, I don't have it, so I don't know what's going on outside of my head and the pitch. So it's just been me and the players. All the decisions are mine. I think it's important that as a head coach I take full responsibility for the good, the bad and the ugly.